But it's funny because I love hosting events. I love doing workshops. I don't really like attending them that much because it is like you said. It just becomes a long day.
Hmm.
I certainly don't want to sit and hear someone talk for 6 hours, even if the content is great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what did you guys do in that to kind of like boost the experiential learning for your people there?
Yeah. So, like, to reiterate, I said I would go to a lot of these HR or talent development type conferences so that I can network and try to find clients. Another way to stand out, meeting people in person because they're getting all the cold emails and stuff on, you know, email and LinkedIn or whatever. But they were all the same, like death by PowerPoint. Usually the presenters are not even very good speakers, right? They're not that polished, and they're just showing slides and talking, and it gets so boring. And not taking anything away from those people, like, you can certainly learn some things, and I always made some great connections, but I felt like we could do something better, and I wanted to create something that was really interactive and experiential. And most of, like I said, my main business is selling and running experiential learning programs. So we had plenty of, not only of those solutions, those programs to draw from, but I also have a huge network of speakers and facilitators who are in that world of, we need to make things more interactive and experiential. So it was easy to go, find many of those facilitators to come participate. We booked a couple big name speakers in the space because we figured people are going to be like, "Who the heck are you?" To kind of, validate the event. So one guy named Josh Burson, who's probably the biggest name in HR, he has 800,000 followers on LinkedIn. We got him booked as a keynote speaker, and then a couple others who are pretty big names. And then we went out and designed a conference. It was 2 days with every single session except for one, which was Josh Burson's opening keynote, was kind of more of a standard stand and speak with slides. Every single session after that, whether they were breakouts or main sessions, were interactive. There were exercises in between, sharing lessons. People were interacting with each other. And it was just, there was so much more energy in the room. People loved it. We created a lot of time for networking. We had a great, dinner organized for people to be able to network more. And we just kept it very interactive the entire way. My main goal with that, I see myself as a connector. I love connecting people. I love networking. I know you do as well. And I wanted people to be able to connect with each other. A lot of people go to conferences just to learn. That was not this conference. We called it the think tank on purpose. We wanted people to show up and be ready to not only network with each other, support each other, help each other solve real problems. And that's what we did. And at the end of the 2 days, oh, and I wanted a lot of people to know about it. So I hired Lauren Davis, your friend who's been on this podcast, to run our social media. And she was amazing. There were just like nonstop awesome posts on Instagram and LinkedIn every day, getting tons of views, which was so cool. She's so great at what she does, and I'm really grateful that she was there. She also coached us through some of the process in the beginning, because when we decided to host a conference, neither of us had ever done that before. And Lauren has a lot of experience running events, working with you, working with others. She runs her own. So I hired her to give us some consulting at the beginning to kind of coach us on how should we be able to set this up. And but then at the end of the day, we had over 100, close to 150 people there, and 100% people told us that was one of the best, if not the best, conference they've ever attended. And there were a lot of factors that went into that, but I think the main one was the way we set up the agenda and the flow, and had everybody moving around and talking and interacting. So there was never really a dull moment in the
Mm.
entire 2 days.
Hey, it's Mike Kim here. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel, where we talk all about building a personal brand business. That means you as a coach, a speaker, a content creator, how to market your content, how to create great content that people love. Make sure you hit that little notification bell, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a video. So glad you're here.